My name is Mathew Kent. I started here in 2002 as a volunteer. I have now moved to being an assistant manager. So I will open up and run the place on different days of the week. One of the things that makes this gym unique is our caving system. We have reportedly almost a half a mile of passages in the walls and the ceiling of the building. It's one of the bigger attractions we have, but it's very hard to even know that it's there when you first walk in, as it's all behind the walls and up in the ceiling. But we're the only gym, to our knowledge, in the world that has an indoor caving system, anything like it at all. We have what's called a Tyrolean traverse, which is just basically a small zip line that you pull yourself across from one hole to the next. In the other room, we do have a 60-foot long, 66-foot long steel cable, which acts as a big zip line, so people can actually go properly zipping across, and that's a huge hit with most of our kids. Pretty iconic as far as this area goes. It was like, I think, the third rock gym in the country when we first started. Our caving system's completely unique, so I don't really anticipate the gym having a problem that's big enough that it has to close. What I really see is that it just needs to make some adjustments and come into the new era, maybe accept credit cards, things like that, and advertise in a different way than it has been to boost us back up, get us back in the minds of some of the younger people in the area. As far as where we're going with the gym now, we have seen a lull in the last year or so in attendance, probably due to the fact that another rock gym opened up in Clifton Park. And I think we're at the point in the gym's history now where our core group of people, the people who have been around and around, have moved away or gotten other jobs or gotten other interests. The age demographic has changed as far as the people who knew about us in the beginning. And maybe a lack of advertising at certain points has slowed the introduction of new climbers, but I think we're making steps to change that. Because there's more than enough people in Albany, in the colleges, in the schools around here to really support the gym in a big way. We just need them to know that we exist. So we're working on changing that. What we're doing now is actually right back through there. We're looking at cutting through the wall and adding a secondary wall, a deep inverted wall, which we don't have anywhere else in the gym really. Aside from, say, climbing on the ceiling, but there's a lot of effort and work to get up there and skill and such. So this is something that I would say more modern climbers, younger climbers, boulderers, people who climb without a rope, people who climb really hard things for a very short amount of time are looking for that kind of wall, that kind of structure to, in part, I think, show off some of their prowess needlessly. But at the same time, also, it's another type of climbing which requires that kind of low to the ground bouldering work and such. So this will give us a really good opportunity to have something short down and something that a greater demographic of younger climbers are looking for. So, well, it took 2 years to build this room and 3 years to build the room on the other side. So it's 5 total years to build what is relatively a small gym because of the amount of work that went into the caving system. Despite the fact that the entire length of this 600-foot building is covered in graffiti and has been for many, many years. When we had one of our other artists put up the mural in the back, which says airrockgym.com, and then we're going to put a phone number and rock climbing and that sort of stuff on it, as well as a big overhung cliff with a cityscape, a landscape on it, picturing someone climbing. When we paint that up there, which is very nice looking, very simple, it's helping the city's business, we're advertising a business that's been here for over 20 years now. They suddenly had a problem with it and called it graffiti and have spoken to the owner of the building about fining him a certain amount of money per day until the graffiti is gone. So it's kind of funny that for years and years and years we've had tons of graffiti back there, and the second we cover up the graffiti with something nice, something useful, they attack us. In addition to some of the new construction that we're doing, our other room, the room that we're not in now, has a lot of natural landscapes painted on the walls, and animals and jungles and canyons and things like that. And this room, I think, was painted by up to 10 different people. They all kind of just did what they wanted. Some of it was cave paintings and things like that, but blocky and not very detailed. So we're actually looking at, in contrast to the other room of being our natural room, this room we're going to be painting as a cityscape. So we have an artist coming in who's started on one of our walls already, painting it as a big perspective drawing of a building going up. So this is going to be bent over and broken buildings, perfectly good buildings, alleyways, things like that. We might do some sort of superhero motif sort of thing like that, but it's going to be a very blocky sort of comic book style of painting, where we can have big expanses of rather simplistic drawings which will look very good, but just like in a comic book, we can have small areas of extreme detail and not have it look out of place. So I hope us talking today has really gotten out there that the gym is an inviting, warm place, not a confrontational place. It's not a place where people have to come in who don't know anything and feel awkward or feel like they're going to stand out. We're definitely a beginner's gym. We're a kids-oriented gym. We're an adult-oriented gym. You're going to find nothing but help when you come in here. So when you come in and you don't know anything about climbing, we'll give you a lesson how to use equipment. We'll get you out there, and more often than not, we will help you with little things here and there or big projects we put you on to teach you how to properly climb, as opposed to just struggling your way up the wall with just your arms burning yourself out for no real reason. So it's a really, really wonderful place to start learning how to climb, to get climbing outside, and eventually climb all over the world.